Have you ever had one of those moments where a friend of yours shows up at your door at the last second and says, "Hey, you want to go on a road trip?" "Yeah, sure, let's get some snacks." Well, no snacks needed, because where we're going today is Chelsea. It's a little bit of a road trip, but the food is absolutely worth it. A little crown jewel this week on Ottawa Eats on Rogers TV. This is Jen. Jen, thank you so much for having us here. This is an absolutely beautiful place that you have here. The food, well, it's filled the room and it already smells fantastic. We'll get into the food in just a little bit. But first, tell people where we are, because we're not in Ottawa. We're in
Chelsea, beautiful Chelsea, yeah. Quebec. Yeah. Just short 14 minutes from the market in Ottawa and from downtown Gatineau. And it's a very beautiful place to have set-down roots for us, and have a little business here. And we feel very fortunate, very lucky. Yeah,
if you are coming here, summer, winter, doesn't really matter. I mean, you're in the woods, essentially, is what you are. And it's, if you love nature and you love coming out here to do hike or skiing or whatever, this is a great place to stop for lunch, dinner, overnight.
Overnight, there's lots of little places up in Wakefield particularly, but here also we have not only the restaurant, but a nice fine food counter, so you can take some foods to your cabin or your chalet up in the woods and heat it up there. So,
especially if you're having one of those kind of get together with a bunch of different couples and you all want to bring something, this is a great place to stop, because you have some amazing stuff. And we're going to get into the charcuterie board in just a second, but I want to talk about why you're here. Why do this? I mean, you could have been an accountant, an artist, a truck driver, what? Why are you doing this?
I think it's probably for most of us in this kind of a restaurant, it's a bit of a calling. You know, one doesn't have much choice. There's a beating drum inside that takes you to food. Some of us have had a different career beforehand, and but you're just pulled there. It's a calling.
Would you say it's kind of a big family here? I mean, you all seem to get along so well. You actually genuinely seem to like each other, except for Matthew.
No. It's I think the success of a place like this depends very much on it being a healthy place inside, as well as a beautiful, healthy food that delicious food that brings people back. But people work really, really hard here, and they. It's not a place where, the owners or whatever are having to, use sledgehammers, crack the whip. I mean, people are here because they've got something inside them that they need to express. And so if we have those kinds of people here, it's pretty intimate. It's pretty close. It's we're very close with our team, and many of them have been with us for decades.
Yeah,
so
professional
we're going
artists.
into our 24th year here. So just done some big renovations, but we have been here for 24 years, and some of our lovely staff have been with us as part of the family for 15, 16, 17, 18 years. So we're very lucky.
Now let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned the word artists, and you do have some great local artists on display, and you're looking around, you're going, where is the paintings that we're talking? Well, not necessarily. I mean, look at this bar, and you showed this to me earlier when we were off camera, but let's talk about what this is and who put this together for you. This is brilliant.
Well, this is, in our new renovations, we wanted the place to feel the same way that the menu feels. In other words, terroir and seasonal. So this is all local material from a quarry up the road called Morrison Quarry. And the bottom bit sort of depicts in an undulating way the Canadian Shield. And then the next bit is whitey gray and depicts the snow-covered Gatineau River. And then in silhouette in the back is our beautiful Gatineau Hills, and then the big winter sky. Yeah. So it's, it's right, this is actually made from our landscape here, right where the Canadian Shield bursts out of the landscape, which is right here. This is where the Canadian Shield begins and shapes the kind of a landscape of Quebec. So
it's brilliant. It really is.
And made by Ben Chiquan and his team of young contractors just out of alcove here. So.
Well, and not only that, but of course the glass. You mentioned this as well. Edelweiss.
Edelweiss, the hand blown glass. Yeah. This is a Gordon Harrison over there, which depicts the Champlain Lookout, just very close to here.
Yeah.
And all the woodwork is made by Jesse Honeyman out of Alcove as well.
Yeah.
Black walnut and maple. So we're very thrilled to have a contemporary place, but full of local artisans.
Right.
Including our wonderful chefs.
Handmade, artists, community, family. That's what this place is. So we're going to hop into the kitchen, and we'll make fun of Matthew. We promise.
Well, let's.
Just a little bit. And of course, we're going to see some amazing food. It's Ottawa Eats on Rogers TV. So before us, you see the charcuterie board to end all charcuterie boards. This is huge. Is this for one person?
No. This would be for like a whole table of, plus 6. And
Okay.
then the other thing is from our fine food counter, which is foods, prepared foods to take home and charcuterie. People can order this. This is our largest size of board, but I mean we have 5 different variations in different sizes. So people can order, phone up and say, I'm having 12 people over or 6 people over, or they just want a little intimate board of charcuterie for 2, charcuterie and cheeses. And so we can prepare it all and make it look lovely and inviting, and you can take it home and your party can just start the moment you come through the door.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the highlights for you personally. What are some of the elements of this board that you really like, either to work with or just for taste and uniqueness maybe?
Well, I think Charlie's beautiful smoked duck, it's got so many flavors in there. The beautiful duck itself, of course, from Quebec, and a special kind of brining and so on that he's done, and curing. It's a beautiful moist product, and it really is so complex and delicious and moist in the mouth. It's a real pleasure. And Charlie's lamb sausage that has Quebec feta and orange. I mean, he actually grinds the orange skin in there, and roasted red pepper. It's just gorgeous. This is our country terrine, chicken livers, wild boar, pork, veal, pistachios, local cranberries, a little bit of fermented beetroot there from Juniper Farms. Just a lovely country terrine, so satisfying with a nice, crunchy piece of baguette. And such an easy way to have to eat together and be able to be together, which is the whole point of these things. Helps you to sort of gather and share. And this is the duck rillette, which is pork rillette, which is cooked gently in its own fat, and is a lovely Quebec specialty, a creton. Pickled red onion. This is foie gras terrine.
The cheese that we have here as well.
The cheeses are all from Quebec. This is Verdict d'Alexina. This is Pied de Vin out of the Madeleine Islands. Of course, the Hercule de Charlevoix, which is like a beautiful Gruyere, really magnificent. Nice little crabapple compote from our own crabapple trees from outside. Goes beautifully with the Verdict d'Alexina. And this is a partridge berry compote with the chicken liver pate.
When I'm looking at this, the one word that comes to mind is that it's thoughtful.
Well, we hope so. I mean, I hope it doesn't look too busy, but I mean, we make all these. This is an old recipe, a mustard pickle called Lady Ross mustard pickle. It's fermented carrot. It all goes beautifully with the fatty pork rillette. And this is a Quebec foie gras layered with our own duck confit and Armagnac macerated prunes, and then pressed. Roasted garlic. Anyway, it's fun. It's a fun way to eat. A relaxed way, fun food, and just being together as human beings. And that's.
If you're looking for something that's for a big group of people, you're going to sit around and have a nice long conversation, and maybe a couple of glasses of beautiful wine.
Oh yes,
the wine's not here right now, but this is something that you're going to want to look at because, like you mentioned, it's thoughtful. It's very time-consuming what you've put together here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So congratulations on a wonderful piece of art that you can eat. I don't think I could eat this in one sitting. I could try. feel pretty lucky because I'm with two lovely gentlemen in the kitchen. Yannick, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you. Oh, we'll just say thank you back and forth. The band is going to come in later and play a little thing for
That's
you.
great.
It's going to be great. And we have over here
Matthew Pritchard.
All right, Matthew. Now, Matthew and Yannick, you guys are the ultimate duo, the combo that's going to put this plate together. What is this dish? What is it called?
So this dish is called the Bouche de Saint Laurent because we worked with seafood all around the Saint Laurent region, which are the scallops, mussels, shrimps, and also salt cod, which we do a brandade with.
All right, so the first step, and you've already started a little bit. What are we looking at? This looks like some sort of arts and crafts. Is that what this is?
It is arts and craft. It's called raviolis. We rolled out the pasta dough, then brushed it with a little bit of egg yolk. So when you flip it over, it sticks together. In the center, we have the beautiful brandade puree, which is based with potato, salt cod, onions, lemon, garlic, olive oil, cream cheese.
Can I just eat it like that?
Yeah, of course you could.
So now we're going to put the ravioli together?
All right.
All right. He's going to show us how fast he works here. I'm ready to be impressed.
So we'll do about 6 of them. In a main course, we put 2, and a small dish we put 1 because they're pretty decent size.
That pasta looks really fragile, really delicate, is it?
It is delicate. You have to move with it fast. It's based with a lot of egg yolks and eggs, flour, olive oil, and salt.
All right, now you're just basically cutting out to form?
Exactly.
All right. So would you do this for each individual dish as the order comes in, or are you doing any of this beforehand?
Beforehand. We prepare them and then we freeze them. We go about 200 raviolis per week. It's a big seller here. It is a award-winning dish.
Take this one.
The gold. Yeah, of course you can take that one. Dough is raw, but it's better when it's cooked.
I imagine it'd be a lot better when it's cooked.
That's pretty damn good when it's not cooked. I can't wait to see what that's like when it's actually cooked.
It takes about 4 to 5 minutes to cook. Matt will reduce a little bit of mussel jus. This is the base of the sauce.
Okay.
Add the potted shrimps that are confit in clarified butter.
Wow.
Mace, chili flakes, lemon. So he's adding a little bit of beurre monté. Beurre monté is an emulsified butter that are often found in sauces. Adding the mussel and the confit Mantan shrimps.
If you're a big seafood lover, this is something you have to try.
Exactly. Yeah. You get a lot of different varieties in this dish that comes all together. It's a beautiful dish.
And that's just dill that he's putting in there?
Fresh dill.
Fresh dill.
And on this side, what I do is sear some scallops.
So you guys are trying to time this pretty well with each other, right? Is it one person who would usually do this, or would you guys kind of work with each other to put this together?
It's a 2-person job.
Okay. Too many things going on at the same time?
Exactly.
Okay. Scallops something pretty easy to overcook.
Yes.
Yeah?
And I like to undercook them.
Right.
Because it keeps on cooking. And, you know, ceviches, crudos, or scallops that are raw. So there's no danger of eating, you know, half-cooked scallop.
Right, right. So you're pretty safe when you're doing that.
Exactly.
Are you always waiting for him, or is this like a...
You know, it's sometimes he's waiting for me, I'm waiting for him. At the end of the day, everything's okay.
So if you're waiting for him and you're done early, do you go to get beer first and you bring it back for
No,
him?
no, we work together, we finish at the same time.
Oh, okay.
We drink our first drink at the same time.
Oh, beautiful. Look at those colors. That's amazing. Very nice. Okay.
So we're finishing it off with a little bit of tobiko. They are flying fish eggs for a little texture. A little wakame, which is a seaweed. little bit of dill, and touch of truffle oil.
Oh, very nice.
This is the bush of Saint Laurent.
Wow. Make it sound so simple, but now I don't want to put you two on the spot here. I noticed that he did most of the heavy lifting, like the important cooking, and you're
Yeah.
more the pretty one.
Exactly.
Is that how it is in real life? You're the looks and he's the muscle?
He is. He is.
Okay, good. All right.
Does it show? He's a little bigger than me, right?
It's just, yeah, look. Earlier in the show, we had Yannick as the main attraction. Now we've got Matthew as the main attraction. How does it feel to wear the microphone?
It feels great.
Oh,
it feels
wonderful.
amazing. Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility and a lot of power.
It is, yeah.
So be careful.
I'm feeling the pressure.
All right. So this is a risotto dish. So
This is a risotto dish.
but none like you've ever seen before, probably, because it's orange.
It is orange. So what we've done here is this is going to be a carrot risotto. So the only ingredients in here so far are risotto, a little bit of onion, sweated down. That I deglaze with a bit of white wine, and then we just start piling carrot juice into it. And carrot juice is the main liquid, and that's why it's so orange. And when you'll see the finished product, and it'll be a nice, rich, velvety carrot risotto.
Wow.
And it'll be wonderful.
Making a guest appearance on today's segment is Yannick, who's gonna be the loud, annoying guy.
So Yannick's just juicing some carrots. This is basically how we get the juice out of the carrots. We use the juicer, squeeze the juice out, and then that's ready to go into the pot as we need it.
Awesome.
So from here, I have the risotto in the pot. I'm going to start adding in more carrot juice now. Turn on the heat and get this cooking. In the risotto, we'll also add some toasted pine nuts and some sultana raisins, and we'll just let that go in. The raisins will get nice and plump as the risotto's cooking, so they'll be nice and soft for.
You ready for a stupid question?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Why carrots and not broccoli?
You know what? You could do broccoli. Why not?
St. Patrick's Day, maybe?
Absolutely, yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
know, it's
Absolutely,
green,
you
I
could do
guess.
broccoli juice as well. So any vegetable that juice as well, you could juice and then use that juice as the base for your risotto.
Is it the sweetness that you're after with this?
With this one, yeah, the carrot risotto, the carrots, it is a little sweeter than most risottos, but you could use beets, you could use turnips juice pretty well. So
Right.
again, it's unlimited what you can use as long as you're using a vegetable that has a lot of juice, because it does take a lot of juice to cook this risotto. So this is just going to go for a little while. We're just going to keep cooking this. While that's cooking, a few of the garnishes that go on this dish are some grilled spring green onions and some fried Brussels sprouts. So Yannick's grilling the green onions, and we have a sausage that goes on top of this dish as well. So the green onions being grilled, I got some Brussels sprouts. I'll just pop them into the fryer basket, and we drop them right down in the fryer and just kind of let them do their thing, and they'll get they'll go a little dark brown, but they'll get nice and crispy, and they do actually keep their crispiness, so it's a nice crunch to the dish.
How did you figure that out, that you could deep fry different leaves of Brussels?
Yeah, I just try to deep fry everything. We try to deep fry everything and just see what happens. So
I have
never
this
hurts to
vision.
try something once.
I have this vision of you and Yannick late at night, couple of beers here. Let's fry that. Let's see how that goes.
It's very possible that may have happened. That may have happened. So these are going. Risotto's going. It takes a minute for a risotto. It's something you got to stay on top of. You got to be constantly moving it. When you're moving it, it allows the starch in the arborio rice to sort of come out, and that's what gives it that nice creamy texture when you're eating it. So I'm just going to keep moving that around. What I'll do also is add a little bit of fresh tarragon to it. So we have tarragon here. We'll just give it sort of a rough chop and throw that right into the pot as well with it.
Very nice.
Just a little bit of an herbaceous note to the dish.
So risotto is not something you can just kind of set and walk away. It's something
It's something you really have to watch and be over top. It depends what grain you're using for risotto. I mean, the classic risotto is with arborio rice, but you could use barley, you could use Israeli couscous, you could use really any grain to make a risotto.
Okay.
It's just a method of how to do it. So you'll see now it's starting to thicken up a little bit, moving around. So at this point, I'll add a nice a little bit of butter and a good pinch of Parmesan Reggiano, and just to finish it, and then we just move that around. So we have our Brussels sprouts, a little crispy. I'll just dust them with, just a little bit of salt at the end, and those will be set off to the side.
Steel one piece. That's a little warmer than the ravioli. Yeah.
There's probably some hot oil still on there. So this is going.
Tom doesn't learn his lesson when it comes to
No.
deep fried.
No. Yeah.
It's the second time he's done that.
Yeah, I'm a bit of an idiot.
So again, it just keeps going. At a certain point, you're going to see the risotto will start coming off the pot, and at that point, you know it's pretty much good to go. You don't want it to be too loose. You don't want it to be too thick. It's kind of a fine line, but once it gets there, you move quick to get it plated and out to the customer. So we're almost there. So from this point, we're going to come around. I'm going to swing around through you.
You're going to dance?
We're going to dance a little bit, and we're just going to plate it down into the bowl. So it'll be a nice bit of the carrot risotto down. And then we have Charlie's lamb sausage with rosemary, roasted red pepper, and feta.
Wow.
So we'll just sort of put that down like that. A few of the spring, green onions that have just been grilled off. A nice bit of local feta. So we'll just crumble right over. And then just a bit of the, actually Yannick will come around with a nice bit of lamb jus. So Charlie makes a beautiful roasted garlic lamb jus here, and it's something that we use a lot of. And we'll just sort of pour that over and around, and then finish off with just a little bit of the crisp Brussels sprouts sort of over top of the dish. And that's it.
That is terribly unique. That's amazing. That's great. I mean, Brussels sprouts, if you have kids at home that hate Brussels sprouts, what a great way to get them into Brussels sprouts.
They're delicious. It's, honestly, deep fried Brussels sprout, it's kind of like a chip. You really wouldn't know the difference.
I know Yannick's not really here right now, but you're the looks and the muscle. Oh!
I disagree, but we'll see.
I didn't think he was still here. Oh, how awkward for everyone. Well, mostly me. Beautiful. There you go. So that's the risotto dish.
Carrot risotto, Charlie's homemade lamb sausage, feta, Brussels sprouts.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yannick, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll give you an apology beer later.
Yeah, well, it's okay. I take the apology now.
That's it for another episode of Ottawa Eats. Jen, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so
I
much,
really
Tom.
appreciate you having us. I mean,
really-
the food is ridiculous. Our charcuterie board is just mind-blowing. If people want to call ahead or get in touch with you to order that, or even just to talk to you about potentially even renting this place for a wedding, website?
Fougeres.com.
Can you spell it?
Fougeres.
All right.
It means ferns in French.
All right, so there you go. Beautiful food, beautiful people, the artist within, and a great family. I mean, you can't go wrong. And in beautiful Gatineau Hills, in the middle of the woods.
Thank you so much.
And I don't want to make his ego bigger than it already is, but his sausage is very good. I know he's listening.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.